Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Oyolua. If you want to know how I cut this shirt gown with side gathers, then let's get started. To cut this shirt gown, I've already folded the Ankara fabric into two. I've also marked 2 inches at the edge of the Ankara fabric. This is for the buttonhole placement. I want the length of the gown to be about 40 inches, so I'm going to mark that too. I'll be using the horizontal line as my shoulder measurement, and whatever measurement I'm going to take is going to start after the 2 inches mark. So I'm going to mark my neck measurement, which is 2.5. For my neck depth, I'll also mark 2.5. I'll go ahead and connect those points once I'm done marking them. Once I'm done with that, I'll go ahead and mark my shoulder measurement, which is 8 inches, but I marked 8.5, but I later changed it to 8 inches. But you can go ahead and add your sewing allowance to your shoulder measurement, but I changed that. Then I went down by 1 inch for the shoulder slope, then I connected it to my neck measurement. I'm going to draw a straight line for my armhole. I'll be using this for my armhole curve. Get my armhole measurement, what I did was to divide my bust by 6 inches and I added 1.5. Because this is a shirt gown, whatever you get should be taken immediately from your shoulder line, not the shoulder slope. I took mine from the shoulder slope and the armhole was so big, so the outfit did not come out that good. From my shoulder, I'll be marking my waistline, which is 16 inches. I'll also mark my hip line, which is 8 inches from the waistline. The next measurement I'll be taking is quarter of my bust measurement. I'm going to mark it. Then I'm going to mark 1 inch. This is because it's a shirt gown and I want it to be quite free. I'll also add half of an inch. This is the sewing allowance. So that makes it a total of 1.5 inches I'm going to mark. I'll be doing the same for my waist. Quarter of my waist measurement plus 1.5 inches. I will also mark quarter of my hip measurements plus 1.5 inch. Then I'll go ahead and connect the measurements together. For the hem line, I'm going to mark the same measurements on my hip line. I'm going to mark it on my hem line. Then I'm going to join it. I'm going to join from the hem line to the hip line. I'm going to give those points a slight curve because I don't want any sharp edges. Back to my armhole, I'm going to divide it by 2. Then whatever I get, I'm going to go in by half of an inch on the midpoint. Then I'm going to just draw out my armhole curve. Also, remember that whatever you get after dividing your bust by 6, then adding 1.5, whatever you get, you should start it from your shoulder line immediately, not from the shoulder slope, or else you have a really big armhole. I also forget to mark about half of an inch on the 2 inches line. So I'm just meant to mark half of an inch on the line. This is for the buttonhole and button overlapping. So all you have to do is to mark half of an inch. So when you want to take any of your measurements, you are supposed to take it from the half of an inch. So I'm just going to correct this on my fabric. Once I'm done taking out all the necessary measurements, I'll go ahead and cut out my shirt gown. To cut my back shirt gown, I'm going to fold my fabric into two. Then I'll be placing the front shirt gown that I have already cut out. I'll be placing it on the back one. To place the front shirt on the back shirt, the folded part of the back shirt will align with the 1/2 inch line on the front shirt. I hope you understand it. The only measurements I'm going to take on the back is the shoulder line. I like my shoulder to have a drop in front. This is mostly done in I'll be marking 2.75, so I'm going to do that for this slope. So this will be my back shoulder line. So the next I'm going to mark is half of my shoulder measurements. I'm going to mark that. Then I'm going to join into my front armhole opening. So whatever my front shoulder is, I'm going to get the measurement, then I'm going to place it on the back shoulder line. I'm going to mark that. From the marked shoulder point, I'm going to draw a straight line from that point. So from there, I'm going to mark 1/1/4. This is for my neck depth, for my back neck depth. So I'm just going to connect it. Once I'm done taking all my measurements, I'll go ahead and cut out my back shirt gown. Please pay attention at this point. I made lots of mistake here. Once I was done cutting both the front and the back shirt gown, so I'm going to cut the curve by the side of the gown. So basically what I did was to go up by 1.5 inch from my hip line. Then I'm going to draw a straight line. That is where my curve will start from. That is what I did originally. But after stitching it, I realized the curve was too, like, it went down. It was not to my hip side. So I later increased it to about 3 inches. I added 3 inches to it. So that makes it a total of 4.5 inches. From your hip line, you can actually go up by 5 inches. Because after stitching it, I still wanted it to be a little bit on the upper side of my waist. From the 1/2 inch line, I measured 6 inches towards the hip side of my dress. So I'm just going to draw a straight line. So you can also see that I made a mistake here. The line was supposed to extend to that 1.5 inch that I went up by, but I started by my hip line. As I said, I made lots of mistake here. The curve was supposed to start from that 1.5 inches too. So I just drew the curve by the hip line. Luckily for me, I was able to correct it, but it just cost me extra fabric. So let me just repeat myself. Your curve should be 5 inches from your hip line. It is not supposed to be on your hip line. It's not supposed to be like 2.5. It's not supposed to be like 1.5 inches from your hip line. That will be too low. So you should go about 5 inches from your hip line. You should go up from your hip line about 5 inches. That would be much more better. This is the cuff part I cut out from the hip line. So now I'm just going to do a slash and spread method because we are going to be gathering this part on the hip side. So I'm just going to mark and cut about 1 inch on this part of the fabric. To do that, I've already folded this extra fabric into two. What I'm going to do next is to place the cutout fabric on it. I left about 1.5 inch between the fabric that I cut out. You should also number them to know which one should come first. I added about 1 inch on that upper part, so 1/2 inch is for this, for the joining, and 1/2 inch is also for the joining on the shirt fabric. Once I'm not taking the measurement, I'm going to cut it out. So I have this piece of fabric that I'll be using for the waist part, for the waist snatching. This measures about, I think, 5 inches by 5 inches. So I already cut out 4 pieces for this. What I'm going to do is to just add loop by the side when I'm sewing it. This is what all the pieces looks like for the shirt gown. I've also cut out my sleeve off camera for this. It was at this point I realized the armhole was too big. This is the right part of this shirt gown. You can go ahead and cut out about 1 inch on that part. So you're going to fold it about half of an inch. So this is where you have the button placement. For the left part of the shirt gown, you can add a paper stay or BFF, whatever you want, and you're going to fold it about 1 inch. So you're going to stitch it up, and this will be for your buttonhole placement. After I'm done with that, I'll be joining my shoulder of both the front and back together. So guys, this is what I'll be using for the waist snatching. I've already added loop by the side. This is what it looks like once I was done stitching the buttonhole placement and the button. Like I said before, I already stitched the shoulder and I already added my sleeve to it also. The next part is to join the side of the shirt gown. Before doing that, we are going to place the waist snatching stuff by the shirt gown. So you're going to go down from the armhole. You're going to go down by 4 inches, then place it on it. I also realized I did not film that part, which was a mistake. The next part is to do the gathering for the side of the shirt gown. So I already stitched it up. What I'm going to do is just to pull it and gather it. You also want to make sure you get the midpoint of the fabric before you gather it, so that you are going to place the midpoint by the side seam. Once I'm done with the gathering part, I'm going to stitch it. I'm going to attach it to my shirt gown. I'm also gonna to make my collar off camera. I don't know why it's so curvy at the midpoint. You can also search on YouTube on how to make a shirt collar. There are a lot. If I should say I should draw out a pattern and show you guys, this video is going to be long. After that, I'm going to attach my collar to my shirt gown. Then we are done with this shirt gown. Let me know what you think in the comment section. So this is what the final outfit looks like. I think the only thing I'm going to change is the side ruffles. I would have wanted to go up like 2 inches above the where I placed it, so you can make yours 6 inches or 6.5 inches. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. Bye. If you watched this video to the very end, this is our little secret for the side ruffle. If you want it to stand the way you see in the video, you can go ahead and use add net by the side. I couldn't get one, so I used Mikado silk that I have at home because it's also going to give the same result. So what I did was to just gather it by the side, then we are done.